landing, and that's still in the same spot. You still see that all right?
We'd like pan camera power to off now.
Off.
Okay, Ron, anytime you're ready now, I've got that whole series of flight plan updates, and I've got a few words of explanation with each one, so maybe you might want to take these.
Okay.
Okay, high gain to auto.
High gains and auto.
Yeah, one more question. How large is the bright zone you were talking about, Ron?
Right between Sherlock and Camelot. There are two small craters there, and I ought to get my map out to look for the name of them for sure.
Okay.
They should have been behind the limb, right behind the limb. And the bright spot is about the same size as those.
Okay.
And it makes I would say, an equilateral triangle with those two craters.
Okay, fine. I would recommend one of you go on to the configure camera while we start the flight plan update. We'd like to get the flight plan update all read prior to that P-52 that you've got to do there, and somebody will be taking those Terminator photos.
Okay, as soon as she's drawn in the flight planner. F crater. Okay, ready for a flight plan update.
Okay, who's going to take the Terminator photos? You want me to give you a call about 2 minutes before the photo time?
Yeah, Jack will.
Okay, well here's the flight plan update then. At 2:10:30, 2:10:30, add the following.
Okay.
Mapping camera off. Wait 30 seconds. Mapping camera standby. Image motion off. Laser altimeter off. Select POO. POO. Verb 49 maneuver to UV scan attitude. The angles are as follows: 1, 6, 7, 1, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4. Over.
Okay, mapping camera off. This is a 2:10:30, mapping camera off. Wait 30 seconds, mapping camera to standby, image motion off, laser altimeter off, POO, verb 49 to UV scan attitude, roll 167, pitch 125, yaw 354.
Good call, Ron. The next one is at 2:10:35, and this is a P-20 maneuver that's going to set up a rotation about the x-axis for our UV scan. Ready, copy?
Okay.
P-20, option 2, UV scan. Noun 78,
okay.
Noun 78, all zeros. 0, 0, 0. Noun 79er, minus 0, decimal 4, 0, 0, 0. Plus 0, 0, 0, decimal 5, 0. Noun 34, 0, 0, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4, 2, 019.00. Over.
Okay, P2 at 21035 will be P10 or P20 for UV scan option 2. Down 78s are all zeros. Down 79 are minus 0.4 of a degree per second. Is that right?
That's
minus 0.4000. Okay, and then dead band is 0.5 or half degrees. Down 34 is 21042 19.00.
That's affirmative, Ron. Okay, at 21041.
Okay, 21041.
Add the line, the standard line, verify DSE tape motion, high bit rate, record, forward, command reset.
Okay, at 41, verify tape motion, high bit rate, record, forward, command reset.
Roger. At 21057, we've got another P20, Ron. And this P20 will set up the orb rate line of sight on the horizon. Okay, here's the P20, option 5. Noun 78, plus 16201. Let me read that again. Plus 162.01. Plus 040.76. Plus 184.78. Noun 79. Plus 000.50. And we're going to orbit around the moon, so noun 70 will have a 50 in it for the moon.
Okay, at 57, the P20 option 5. Orb rate, line of sight on the horizon. Noun 78 are plus 162.01, plus 40.76 and plus 184.78. Down 79s are half a degree, and it'll be orbit around the moon. 50, okay?
Roger, Ron. Okay, stand by.
Bob Waller standing by there. That's right. The map.
Okay, Ron, ready with some more if you are.
Okay, go.
Okay, at 211.02. Add the following at 211.02. UV cover close, and in parentheses put 211.0209er. Configure DSE.
Okay, we're going to close you. Oh. That's right, go ahead.
Configure DSE stop/command reset. Select POO. Manual roll left to a roll angle 039er by 211.05. Over.
Okay, UV cover closed at 211.0209. Configure the DSE stop command reset. Whipper into POO and manually roll left to 039er by 211 plus 05.
Raj, and just a prediction from the simulator, you might want to use Excel command for a rate of about 1 degree per second to accomplish that. And that purpose of that is to get the sun out of the mapping camera.
Okay. Okay, Kendry, Excel command of 1 degree per second.
Okay, at 2:11:08.
Just a second.
Roger.
Hey, Jack, on here it shows the little circles on the map, which parts you ought to be taken for each Rev 2 or whatever it is.
We're in Rev
Except
62.
that for some reason on my map D it doesn't have. Yeah. On map Delta, I must have got the backup map or something. It doesn't have any of the camera settings on it. Terminator photos.
Ron, we can break from this now. We're pretty well ahead, and we can come back to it if you want to do the photos.
Hey, yeah, do you have the options there on the Lahire Rill and Mount Lahire, what the photo settings are?
Roger, got it. I'll read them to you right off the map.
Okay.
Okay, if you're looking right at the map,
Okay,
draw a circle around La Haraya Bravo. And that is F32.
Oh, I got the circles on.
1/500.
Yeah. F32, 1/500. Okay, start with that one, Jack.
If the circle around Mount Lahire, it's F11.
250 millimeter lens. F11, okay.
At the next circle up, which encompasses the LA of La Haraya Rills, you want F8 at 1/250th.
Okay.
And the circle that covers across the terminator there at Diafontis is F5.6 at 1/125th. 1/125th. Got me wrong.
Okay, we got them all, Bob. Thank you.
Okay, just a question for some other period. Will we have to update your map for P66 and P74 revs?
Yeah, I don't have anything on this map.
Okay, we'll schedule that in prior to those revs, Ron.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're coming up on Timicaris now. Start at Lambert and get right along the higher rail seat. Yeah, take six shots, kind of in each area. That's that, north and south. Yeah, point them every which way. Or whatever's interesting on the thing. Okay. Okay. Mount Lahire, you can get in there. F11 at 1/500.
Hey, Ron, just a point.
Weller coming up here. Okay.
Do you have two copies of the maps on board, and if so, would the other copy of D have the updates on it, or have the settings?
Have two copies? didn't know we had 2 copies. Okay, and then next to Euler, we got F8 at 1250th, north of Euler. Here's, well, we're just about at the, on the terminator line. Yeah. No. F8 at 250th. Okay. Right, north and south along the terminator. We're getting close to it. Then change to, right on the terminator, change to F5.6 to 125th. I was wondering when you guys were going to say that, but... Okay. Yeah, that'll be a good one. I'll tell you, it goes a lot easier when you're by yourself. Okay, yeah, we're on mag 55. Frame 55 and mag Romeo. Yeah, we didn't get some of the ones up around La Hire. We'll get those next time around.
How's the pictures going, Ron?
Okay, we got the pictures are over, and that's Lunar Orbit Chart Delta. It doesn't have anything on it, you know?
Okay,
Got
well,
the circles on it, but it don't have any of the...
We'll schedule it up, all the updates on that. After you go LOS, we'll figure out a convenient time to read them up to you on there, Ron.
Okay, and we're ready to continue the flight plan.
Okay, 21108. 21108.
Okay. We're all set?
Ron, just one comment before we start the flight plan. You've got a 52 coming up, and we want to make sure that that gets done prior to the Verb 49 maneuver at 2:10:30, and there is no slack on that Verb 49 maneuver at 2:10:30, so you'll have to get onto the 52 at about 20, but we should have enough time to get the rest of these updates up.
Okay.
Okay, Ron, at 21108, delete the lines mapping camera off, wait 30 seconds, mapping camera standby, image motion off, and laser altimeter off. Delete those lines.
Okay, they're deleted.
Okay, at 21111, change the receive only attitude to the following: roll 039er, pitch 159er, yaw 300.
Okay, at 21111, Verb 49 will be to 039er, 159er, and 300.
Okay, at 21126, we're going to do a P-20 maneuver. It's going to be a rolling P-20, which will roll about the Omni Bravo line of sight to the Earth. We'll need high bit rate during that time. That's why we need the line of Bravo. And we're doing the Earth study of with the lunar sounder to determine the polarization of the noise from the Earth, so we can subtract it out of our data. And during these maneuvers, you're going to see a middle gimbal angle of plus or minus 65 degrees. We saw that on the simulator, but word of caution on that. You'll see a middle gimbal angle of plus or minus 65 degrees. The P-20 maneuver is as follows at 21126. P-20,
Okay.
P-20, option 2, HF scan. Noun 78 plus 270 decimal 00 minus 039er30. Noun 79 minus 0 decimal 3000 plus 000 decimal 50. Noun 34 is all zeros.
Hold it, Bob.
Okay, ready.
I got your noun, so I got you piled up in the noun 78. So option 2, I only need 2 of those, so it's noun 78 is plus 270.00 and a minus 39.30. Okay, your noun 79s now are say again?
Minus 0.3000. And now the other noun 79.
3/10 of a degree per second. Okay.
Roger, and 0.5 half degree dead bend.
Okay.
And noun 34s are all zeros.
Okay, so you're going to pro at 211.26 then, right?
That's affirmative.
Okay.
Okay, Ron, this next one, actually we're calling it 212.20, but the simulator came out at 212.1840, just for information. And it's the following. Stop scan at roll 039.
Okay, stop scan at roll 039er.
Raj. Verb 49 maneuver to lunar sounder, receive only attitude. Roll 142, pitch 286, yaw 0.
Okay, verb 49, lunar sounder, receive only, roll 142, pitch 286, yaw 0.
Okay, and then the last one is 213.03. Configure the DSC, high bit rate, record, forward, command reset.
Okay, at 213, was that 03?
03, that's firm.
Configure DSC, high bit rate, record forward command. Okay.
Okay,
I'll be high bit rate, record forward command reset.
Ron, will be no more flight plan updates, we promise, today, and we'll be working map Delta and getting that updated to you, but everybody here thinks there's 2 maps on board, and I think you're right. I think there's only 1 in there.
Oh, really? There's only...
FAO thinks there are 2.
Oh, wait a minute. Jack said they put an extra one. Okay, well, there were 2. Jack just said he had one put on for him.
Okay.
I must have picked his up or something.
Raj.
Mine must be in there then somewhere.
Okay,
we'll look for it.
You'll check that and tell us if we need to update you. We'll still plan to update, but if you've got it, fine.
Okay.
And it looks like you ought to be getting in your P-52 when you get a chance here.
Yeah, I'll get her down here. Can't tell about these geologists. They put on extra maps in your spacecraft and things like that, you know. Yeah, I gave you the last frame number on that Romeo, but I think I forgot to tell you the one after the other one. Oh, by the way, on the other one, Agassiz was completely in the darkness, and there was no crater rim at all to shine down on Agassiz, so we didn't get him at all.
We copy that.
Are we at P20? Good free. We used to be at P20. We'll get back into P20. Not much, but that's all right. Go right along here. I haven't run along here and shove them down over there is what they used to do. Hey, man, call, get into auto now, CMC auto. Okay. Okay, are we at, 2? It's going and everything. Okay, go CMC free now. Okay. That's my fault, Gene. I should have gone. That's right. Number 12, Rigel. Hey, I can find Rigel, I bet you. There she comes. There's Orion. Man, oh man. I've done P52 all night, and it's within a half of crosshair width. Come on, Alford. Aha, there's Alford. Or F62. Fine in there, baby. And up to my usual tricks. 12 and 21. Stars 12 and 21. Star angle difference, 5 balls. Okay, Houston, there's the down 93s.
Roger, we copied them down.
Okay, and we'll torque them at 2245.
We copy.
Okay. Okay. There's the auto now. Okay. And just a second, Gene, let me look at it. See, resolve, power's off. W optics. Yeah. Here. Outstanding idea. Have a great drink. Okay, 24. Done that. Submitter. Okay. Houston, America.
Go ahead, say again.
Okay, hey Bob, how many frames of MAG RR do we have to diddle with? Kind of our own, or are there any?
That's in work right now.
Okay. Here's another chart D.
I do owe you a consumable status yet, and...
You know it. Got all the stuff in it. Hey, do we have a good chart delta?
Okay, good. Great. I owe you a consumable status, and when you woke up, you were right on the flight plan line, and you had 58% remaining of RCS. And all other consumables are on the line or above.
Oh, okay. Hey, Bob, sorry we didn't let you get that in. We're not moving too fast for you, are you?
Ron, you have 0 spares on RR. No film available for yourself on RR.
Oh, okay. We'll, hey, Bob, this is Jack. If you can possibly swing it, I would strongly recommend that we let Ron redo that last Terminator sequence if we can work it in the flight plan. Because Gene and I may or may not have done what you wanted there, and I know we missed the first couple of them. I'll use the 35 millimeter. I still got about 8 or 10 frames of the 35.
Okay, we'll take that word under advisement, and we'll evaluate it.
Thank you. We may have to send you to the UN with that diplomacy.
Thanks a lot for your confidence, Gino.
Yeah. Glad to hear your voice down there, boss. Admiral? Okay, Houston, mapping camera is off.
Roger, on. Okay, we suggest you start that Burp 49 maneuver at 2:10:30, or you'll be behind the 8 ball there on time.
Okay, image motion is coming off. Laser altimeter is coming off.
America Houston, you're looking real good here coming up to LOS, and we'll see you at 2:11:22. You're looking good.
Okay, will do.
This is Apollo Control. We've had loss of signal. Apollo 17 spacecraft America has gone behind the moon, nearing the end of revolution number 62. Will reappear again in about 48 minutes on revolution 63. Presently, the orbit measures 62.4 by 65.2. Cabin pressure was holding steady at 4.8 pounds per square inch aboard the spacecraft America. The crew busily running some photographic assignments, both with the hand cameras in the cabin and the mapping and panorama cameras back in the sim bay of the service module. Members of the white team of flight controllers are beginning to drift in to replace the off-going gold team. And at 210 hours, 39 minutes, ground elapsed time, this is Apollo Control.
This is Apollo Control at 211 hours, 21 minutes. We're about 1 minute now from regaining radio contact with Apollo 17 as it comes around the eastern limb of the moon on its 63rd revolution. Here in Mission Control, we've completed a shift handover. The flight director on this shift is Charles Lewis, and our spacecraft communicator is astronaut Gordon Fullerton. Flight Director Chuck Lewis has completed a status review with each of his flight controllers, and from all around the room, the reports of everything nominal come back. During this shift, two things of interest will be the firing of the explosive charges left on the lunar surface by the astronauts to assist scientists in determining subsurface structure. The first of these charges, designated charge number 6, is scheduled to be detonated at about 212 hours, 51 minutes. There is some latitude in this event, and because of that, we'll have the television camera on the lunar rover up early to catch the event at its earliest possible occurrence, which would be 212 hours, 21 minutes, and we'll leave it up through 213 hours, 21 minutes.
Yeah, just checking to see how the weather was doing there in Houston before you came in to work.
Oh, it's kind of a bunch of high clouds, cirrus, I guess, but it's down around 35, I'd say, and pretty windy, so it's nippy when you're outside.
Aha! And Houston, how's my biomed looking?
About 10 seconds to your pro there.
Okay, thank you.
America, we'd like the IR cover closed.
Oh, and away we go.
I think there might be a chance the sun will get in out there.
Okay.
Okay, Gordian, we're rolling.
Bravo, Polo, and Gray.
Bravo.
Okay. Ron, your EKG looks good. The surgeon wondered how the irritation that you had mentioned because of the sensors is that getting any better?
Well, it's yeah, it gets better when you take them off and leave them off for a while, and I put the cream on it, and it looks like it lasts for about a day. You know, and every time I put it on at a different spot, and it takes about a day for it to get red and irritated.
And Gordo, for information, that's not unique. We're all having that, and taking them off is the best relief for it.
Okay. America, I've got some words about what you might use for crew optional photographs. Over.
Okay, yeah, let's write it down there, and why don't you write it on the back page or something like that, so we'll know where it is. Okay. Ready to copy.
Okay, magazine RR has no spare frames, so that if you want to take any photos, we're suggesting using the DAC and the 75mm lens, and using JJ, which is very high-speed black and white. 98% of JJ is unscheduled. Here's some settings you might use for Terminator photographs over Mari. Use T2.8, 1/500 and infinity. For Terminator over Highlands, use T4, 1/500 and infinity. And for Sokovsky on Rev 74, that's GET of 232.58. That's sometime in the future here. We're suggesting using T 5.6, 1/500 and infinity. Over.
Okay, Gordo, what was the F-stop for the Highlands Terminator?
Okay, the Highlands Terminator would be T4. I guess that's the far side Terminator, and the near side Terminator is over Maury. That's the Maury sitting.
Okay. Hello, Houston, America. Is today Friday down there?
America, Houston, I'm sorry. Say again, please.
Just wondering, Gordo, if today is Friday.
That's affirmative. It's Friday.
Okay, thank you.
Happens to be payday. It's the 15th. Jack, Houston, we see no need for you to wear any of your biomed sensors. If you'd rather take them off, give your skin a rest, feel free.
Okay, Gordy, I've done that, and I'll wait till my next time and put them on then.
Okay.
Yep. Gordy, how do you read LMP?
Loud and clear, Jack.
With a relatively quiet period, let me make a few comments about some of the things that across the two big basins that we're getting very familiar with, are actually three: Smithy, Smithy, Crisium, and Serenitatis. And the degradation of the balls of the major ring, and the lack of any obvious blanket structures, I think, in contrast to Imbrian and Oriental, which we've also had a pretty good look at, Oriental and Earthshine on the early revs, is quite striking. That contrast is quite striking, to me at any rate. Also, within Oriental, at least at the southeast, on the east-southeast portions of the Mare floor, the wrinkle ridge system is not nearly as well developed, but there is a wrinkle ridge system that roughly forms an inner floor ring at any rate.
Roger.
The fronts of the major ring and Crisium are strikingly different than those of the Apennines, just in their general slopes, sharpness of topographical features. and in any appearance of having even a hint of boulder fields on their slopes, like we observed, say, on the South Massif, anything like that. At least Serenitatis massifs seem to locally show fairly major boulder fields on their flanks. And I haven't seen any around Christian yet. Maybe Ron's already talked to you about that, but I haven't seen any.
Okay.
Yeah, the craters. I'm speaking of the Ron, of the front faces themselves, the rim, the face of the ring itself.
Oh, I see. Yeah, the face of the ring itself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
No, a crater, a fresh crater in the Mare or a fresh crater in the blanket area, rim area, will have boulders, Gordy. Don't misunderstand me. But the front faces, the ring front face, does not have boulders that I've seen. And I think boulders are pretty obvious when they're there. We've seen them well-defined on the central peaks of Tsiolkovsky, and I think anytime you have a major boulder field, you can see it with a monocular, with a 10-power monocular.
Roger.
Getting into areas that resemble in their surface texture the sculptured hills of the Taurus Littoral landing area. Here we're just passing, where are we? That would be, I got disoriented all of a sudden. Proclus is there. So it's in the ray excluded zone of Proclus, where there's a Mare surface projecting up into terrain that looks like sculptured hills. And that Mare has a distinct bluish gray color in contrast to the regolith associated with the sculptured hills, between the hills at least, which is brownie, let's call it a tannish gray. Quite a sharp color hue contrast to my eyes, at any rate.
Roger.
Okay, that was a projection of Fecunditatis Mare, I guess, up into there. Yeah. Sculptured hills tend to have both a regional distribution and a structurally controlled distribution. The structural control being apparently related to the rims of old craters. For example, there's some sculptured hills appearing topographic materials that, again, in the ray excluded zone, but out in Fecunditatis, define the rim of a fairly large flooded crater in Fecunditatis. And all of this may tie in with the possibility that we saw at the landing site that sculptured hills are composed of an igneous gabbroic rock, and these may represent local intrusions controlled by the structure of an old impact crater. Extrusions controlled by the structure of the old impact crater.
Roger.
I've noticed now I'm getting a good view of where in Fecunditatis there is a tannish, or let's call it more of a brownish gray moray in contrast to bluish gray moray in Facunditatis itself.
Roger.
And in the walls of some of a large crater, I'll try to figure out which one it is in a minute. It's near the large crater that the Sculptured Hills define. You can see in the east wall, or maybe northeast wall of that crater, an area of bluish gray material that is streaking the normal tan gray of that crater wall.
Roger. This is kind of a one-sided discussion. I wish I was there so I could take a more active part.
That's all right. I just thought I'd fill in a few things. This isn't a good viewing attitude at all, and get a few isolated views that may be worth commenting on. The contrast in my eye, anyway, between the three color units around the landing site is let's call it a medium bluish gray to gray for the dark mantle, a light blue gray for the annulus around Serenitatis, and then a tan gray for the Serenitatis mare proper. And in Dawes, you can see, I think you can see that the overturned, or the rim materials are made up of the brownish gray material, and the walls underneath those rims are the bluish gray, which is the age relationship suggested by topography. That'd be the lower unit is forming the rim with inverted stratigraphy.
Roger.
The light blue-gray annulus is also the locus of most of the circumferential grabens that Serenitatis is noted for as in that area, and that's nothing new, but in one place there's a very subdued flooded crater which seems to control a arcuate projection, or let's say a circular projection of the light blue gray out over the tan gray mare. Most of the major wrinkle ridge system of Serenitatis, of course, is outside the annulus of blue-gray, except locally, in one of those places was in the to the west of the Taurus Littrow site. Although that wrinkle ridge system does, I can see now as we look south of in the southern portions of Serenitatis, that wrinkle ridge system does cross the contact between the blue-gray and the tan gray. That's the light blue-gray and the tan gray.
Okay.
The impression I've had in looking at all the mare where the wrinkle ridge systems are developed is that they're a late feature. They, at least at low sun and sometimes even at high sun, they have a very, very sharply defined ridges with steep slopes on either side that seem that in general give me the impression that they're constructional possibly associated with some thrusting movement. In the vicinity of Sulpicius Gallus, there are several small craters that look like impact craters that, believe it or not, have, in my eye anyway, orange ejecta blankets.
Roger.
Yeah. Ron says that he already commented on those, and they look very obvious to me. I don't know. I don't think you can with those ones. We'll get a good view of them again in one of the other attitudes. It's light orange, obviously not that it's in contrast to the brown gray of the dark mantle in the vicinity of Sulpicius Gallus. There's a good one right down there. Now that one looks like a constructional cone that's orangish. And that's right out on a raised projection of the brown-gray dark mantle out onto the light blue-gray annulus material. The southern and south western portion of Serenitatis has a general appearance of the sculptured hills, although the individual hills seem to be more widely spaced than around Taurus Littrow. Once again, historically, we're passing over the landing site of Apollo, or near the landing site of Apollo 15. Tell Dave Scott that the North Complex looks just as interesting as it ever did. It's going to remain with Emery Crater as one of the unknowns of the space program for a while, I guess.
Roger.
Hey, Gordo. I've been looking at the landing site off and on the last few revs, and I'd like to get, now that we've been there and back, your best guess of the exact position of what you think we landed. Because I think I've got it pinpointed pretty much so from here.
Okay, stand by one.
That question on the landing site location coming from Eugene Cernan.
This is one of the first opportunities that I've had to look closely at Archimedes, which is one of those craters that in the early days of the lunar mapping program helped establish some of the fundamental age relationships between the various units that were visible in the Earth-based photography. In this particular case, it related to the sequence of events that created Imbrium, cratered it, and then flooded it with Mare. And Archimedes is a completely circular closed circle as a crater, and it is filled with Mare. And it in itself is superimposed on the one of the main benches of the Imbrium crater. Now, to have Mare filling that crater and actually filling all depressions of approximately the same level in the vicinity of a large Mare region is one of the things that suggested to many people that rather than single sources for Mare lavas, you have a multitude of sources in a very fractured lunar crust. Ultimate source at depth, though, is still certainly a subject for controversy. The ridge and valley structure of the Archimedes impact blanket is not covered by Mare and extends to the southeast out onto the Imbrium bench. That was also one of the pieces of evidence used in those early days of photogeologic mapping of the moon. You'll have to excuse the reminiscing, Gordy.
Roger.
And Houston, America, frame 150, 151, and 152 were taken of Sulpicius Gallus region of the 250 lands. 154 was taken to D Caldera, and that's magazine Oscar Oscar.
Okay, Ron.
This is Apollo Control at 212 hours, 2 minutes. And we've, within the last couple of minutes, had a report from the ALSEP officer here that we're seeing seismic activity on the seismic profiling experiment, which indicates that our first charge may have detonated early. Either that or a meteorite has struck within range to be recorded on the instrument. We'll be checking that. That first grenade, charge 6, which was a 1-pounder, was scheduled to have been detonated at 212 hours, 51 minutes. It does have a mechanical timer, and from past experience, we know that mechanical timer to have some variability. And when it opens the window, allowing a continuous firing command to get through and fire the charge.
Vessel in Serenitatis that Ron and I were looking at last night, and I think he had commented on being layers in the ledges that were visible in the walls, and I certainly concur with that. Although we could not trace individual layers from ledge to ledge within a coherent ledge, the layers were traceable, and in one case I'm sure I could count 6 or 7 ledges, layers within single ledges. The reason it reminds me of it is looking at Timicaris, and I cannot do that with Timicaris. It looks like it's those any ledges that may have been present as a result of the Imbrium Mare have since disappeared by weathering. That's lunar weathering, of course. Of course, down here in the Imbrium, southern Imbrium, is one of the better regions of the moon to observe the wrinkle ridge systems, or Mare ridges, sometimes they're called. And it's purely that. They're fairly sharply defined, quite sharply defined ridges that are wrinkled in their pattern. Sinuous would be another term. And with sharply defined slopes on either side of the ridge. Sometimes they're flat top ridges, sometimes they're more like spines. And occasionally you see them that almost appear to have vertical slopes on one wall or the other. The whole impression that I have anyway is that there are maybe a combination of structure and folding of the surface of the Mare, construction on the surface and folding of that surface. It's particularly interesting that they tend to, wherever there has apparently been an old flooded crater. Yeah, did you want to get that stuff? They seem to be controlled by the shape of flooded old craters within the Imbrium Basin. And I think that's a safe conclusion because you get the standard outlines shown by the rills. The ridges, excuse me. Some of them are polygonal and some of them are quite circular. Ron, did you want to get these ridges, these rills south of Euler here? Okay, they're coming up.
America, Houston.
Go ahead.
Okay, I guess the last team promised you no changes to the flight plan, but they didn't say anything about changes to the changes, and I've got one. At 15 minutes from now, 2:12:20 on the flight plan. Might get that out, and I'll give you a change.
Just keep talking, Carl.
Okay, at 2:12:20, you're to stop the roll at 39 degrees and then do a verb 49 to 142, and we want to change the pitch to 268 and 0. That'd be 142, 268 and 0.
Okay, I got that change, and you want that about 18? 2:12:18?
I have to check back here. Yeah, I guess that's when it is.
Okay.
Also, as long as you get the book and a pencil, let me give you a few other one-liners.
Yeah, I'm ready to copy them.
Okay, let's see. The first one is at 2:14:55. And I want to add after that other stuff that's just above there, UV cover open and IR cover open.
Okay, at 2:14:55, you want UV and IR covers open.
Just turn the page at 2:15:37, 2:15:37. Change magazine November to Kilo Kilo. And the reason I'm so slow with an answer on that landing site position is all I've got it in is latitude and longitude, and I assume that you want it in grid coordinates for your reference. One suggestion here was you tell us and then we'll confirm your guess. I just ran across another couple updates too, back to 213.15 in the flight plan. I give you the lunar sounder pads, the two of them on that page.
Okay, I'll get them. Go ahead.
Okay, T-start on the left-hand one there is 213-2010, and T-stop is 213-2420. Then the next one is T-start of 213-4140, and a T-stop of 213-5954. Over.
Okay, Gordo got them all. They're all at 213 hours. Start is 2010, stop 2420, start is 4140, and stop is 5954.
Okay, good read back.
And Gordo, I guess my best guess after looking down there from here is I've got the northeast chart of the Lunar Surface Traverse outage in the command module. And about 84 point, correction, about 83.3. And about Delta November 0.5, or right on the top of the O in Poppy. Looks to me about like where we landed.
Okay, we got that.
And in thinking back about what my intentions were, that looks like probably a very reasonable suggestion. And the first thought I had about being close to Triton, I didn't think I was anywhere near that close. And of course, when you look out there and see a big hole, you don't know how big is big when you're down there. That big hole out there might very easily could have been Poppy out at 9 o'clock.
Okay, Gino, from science, we finally got it converted to your map coordinates, and their guess was close. Their best guess, with all the data considered, is 83.2 and DN.1, Delta November 0.1.
That might make sense.
That's pretty close to where the old CFD said it first right after landing, isn't it?
North of where we put these. Remember, that was a little ways away. That's the edge of the depression. It would move it a little bit. Yeah, I'll buy that. That's in my scatter. And then that crater, as I looked out at 9 o'clock, that we landed next to, was actually Poppy. Pretty sure that large crater.
Okay.
And Houston, America, on MAG Yankee, use frames 31 through 35 at that last near-side terminator there.
Okay, Ron, I got that.
This is Apollo Control. There is some debate in the control center at this time as to whether or not that first explosive charge did in fact fire early, or whether the seismic profiling experiment was instead reacting to some natural phenomena, such as a meteorite impact or a moonquake. And we have brought up the television camera on the lunar rover early. We'll be looking at the area and attempting to draw some conclusions as to whether or not the charge did in fact go early or whether it's still in place. Now that question could be answered quite neatly if the charge, of course, explodes on command as it's scheduled to at about 212 hours 51 minutes. And that first charge is a 1-pound explosive charge, about 1.1 kilometer from the lunar rover.
Gordo, I'm just going to stop this maneuver this time around at 39 degrees.
Okay, Gene. Say, we got one question for Ron. We got large teams of engineers trying to locate the missing scissors, and we haven't asked you in a while whether you might have found them. It might save them a lot of effort down here.
Well, no, I haven't found them yet. And there's a lot of room underneath these CO2 absorbers I found out the other night because I lost my flashlight. But it kind of floated out, you know, and I saw it every once in a while. And we found the flashlight and got it back. But I still have a slight idea where the scissors are.
Gordo, you might have someone hide them in the CMS and send a backup crew down to the Cape and see how long it takes them to find them.
Okay, I'll get an airplane scheduled up right away.
I just missed 39 degrees. I'll wait for it next time around. By the way, Gordy, you working on next week's airplane schedule?
Yeah, what do you need? Need one from Hawaii back or something like that?
Yeah, you might have some 38s waiting for us in L.A. We can pick them up there.
Okay, but we'll have to work a three-way swap with some Skylab tips that'll be out there, and then Deke will meet you in Albuquerque halfway back, and I'll let you know how it all works out.
That sounds great. That sounds like easier than usual.
This is Apollo Control. We have a press briefing scheduled with the flight director from the previous shift, Neil Hutchinson, and that press briefing is scheduled to begin in about 5 minutes at 5:15 p.m. in the MSC News Center briefing room.
Every commander has a right to change his mind. And Gordy, I'll watch the red apple.
Okay, Gino.